Hello and welcome back as we count down our top 50 ideas and changes for FIFA 18 and future installments. Hopefully you enjoyed the first edition of this series, and we're going to count down the next 40 to 31 in this video, and the next one will roll out in the weeks to come. So let's just get straight into it. I want to say thanks very much for the support on the first video, but let's roll on with the next list of changes. Right, number 40 is a little bit of a pain in the bum. It's international games versus league games. Now, you don't really run into this too much if you're managing a international side, if you're in the Premier League and the likes. But if you're managing a team in the lower league, sometimes a game will be scheduled on the same day that you have a league game. And that doesn't actually show up on the calendar. You don't get to play that game. You don't even know what happened. It's just automatically simulated. And it's just wrong. I mean, give us the opportunity to play both games. Right, number 39 is to deal with players that get released, or maybe they finish their contract, you let them go and they end up in the free agency list. Now, you may sign with another club as a different manager, you may see this player 2 years on, and all approaches are blocked. You cannot sign this player again, either if you've released them or they've just finished their contract and left the club. But they might have grown to an 80 or 90 overall later in the career mode and you want to re-sign them, but for some reason, you're just not allowed to. Why not? Okay, number 38 is to do with the referee blowing his whistle while you have advantage close to, the halftime buzzer. It really comes into play with through balls and lob passes. I find if I weave through traffic and I'm just using normal passes and the time's running down if I'm in attack, they'll let me go and get that shot away. But as soon as I use a through ball or a lob pass, they determine that I'm not in possession and he blows the whistle. Now, I don't know if this is just a weird game mechanic, but I'd like to see this addressed. Alright, number 37 is to do with realistic injury diagnosis. Now, sometimes a player will go down in a game, he may grab his ankle, he may grab his knee, and then when you find out the diagnosis of his injury, he's out for 3 to 4 weeks with a shoulder. I mean, surely they can get that correlation between what actually happened in the game and what injury has been sustained. It's just a little bit dodgy on EA's part and something that they need to look at for future installments of FIFA. Right, number 36 is to do with the Youth Academy facility cost versus signing one of those youth players straight into your team. Now, the new financial system that they did introduce into FIFA 17 makes you try and manage your budget so that you don't finish with a deficit, or obviously that money bug can rock up. But if you keep a player in your youth academy, they can cost you somewhere like $60,000 to $70,000 per month. Whereas if you just sign them into your team, they'll only cost you $425. I mean, there needs to be a little bit better of a balance in there. I know the youth academy, you're probably playing for trainers and coaches and the facilities and the likes, but that is a very big difference between paying someone $425 a month just to sit on the bench and maybe grow, to be in your youth team facilities. They don't grow any quicker or anything. They're not getting any advanced training or anything like that. They're just costing you a shitload of money. So maybe have a look at this if you are doing the youth style career mode, because if you're running in deficit, it's probably because you've got too many players in that youth academy and you probably need to bring some into the team just to try and balance the books. So hopefully this gets addressed in FIFA 18 and future installments, because if we're going to start managing money like a real club, that could be a cause for concern if you want to actually use the youth academy. Right, number 35 is more league licensing. Now, I know we've got the English Premier League and we can go 4 tiers in that. The Italian League, the German League, the Spanish League, the French League all have their second tier. But if you're like me, I like to do these Road to Glory style series and actually build a team up from the ground, move them through the divisions. I mean, there is so many English tiers that you can utilize in this system if you want to go out and get the licensing. But even so, why not go and get the 3rd tier of the Italian League? Just make it a little bit more expansive for us so that these guys that do like playing this Road to Glory style series have a little bit more to play with, some more teams, and just give some more exposure to the world game in general. Alright, number 34 is more international countries to scout. Now, if you are like me and you like to use your youth academy and you go to all these different countries across the world to get unnamed players just to really make that team your own really unique squad, there's teams in the game that they've got you know, Wales. You can't scout Wales. I mean, come on, that is a big footballing nation, and you can't go there to look for youth prospects. You can't find the next Gareth Bale. You can't scout India, even though they've got the international team. I mean, you don't have to go out and put every single country that's in the world in this thing, even though it would be nice. But at least, you know, if you've got the opportunity to manage one of those international sides, surely you should be able to scout their country for youth prospects so you can build up that national squad and go and try and win yourself a World Cup. Right, number 33 is realistic player degeneration. Now, for some reason within the game, it's pre-programmed that once a player gets to around the age of 28, their stats start going down. Now, some players are only hitting their prime at 27, 28, and it's just absolutely surreal that all of a sudden it just decides, nope, you're getting too old, we're just going to start backing away your stats, you're going to start losing rating, and you're going to turn into an absolute abysmal player. Now, players that stick around the game a lot longer, like a Messi, who might go to 36, 37, at that stage of their career, sometimes the game completely glitches out and they have like one pace, one strength, one stamina, and they're just not even worth having on your team. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I'd like to see this looked at. Just, you know, if there's a star player, they're going to play until, you know, they're ready to retire, not until their body gives up and they fucking go and die. Right, number 32 is realistic manager press conferences. Now, every now and then you get that email and it says, oh, press conference, and you're like, okay, sweet. You can look at your team, you can praise, you can motivate, you can go to the opposing side, you can praise, you can unnerve, you can go to their manager, you can praise, you can unnerve, you can go to one of your players, you can praise, you can motivate. But there's not really anything that you get out of this. It doesn't feel like there's a certain scenario that the team plays different. I mean, if you're going to do a press conference, I mean, give us that realistic TV vibe. Put the manager up in front of the backdrop and have some questions that we can answer. And if we answer it a certain way, maybe that gives the players a better motivation to go out and actually win the game or something like that. I don't know. Something just needs to be looked at here. It just feels like it's just some little thing that's just been thrown in like it's realism, but really it's just rubbish. Right, number 31 is a disconnection from the EA servers, particularly while you're doing Champions League competition, and how slow the menus go. So if you have a game and the next game is a Champions League game, for some reason the game just doesn't know what's going on. Oh, have we got a Champions League game? Oh, you've gone into the team, you've backed out, you've got to wait 24 fucking seconds, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hang on, we're still in career mode, and yeah, you can do what you want. But then you go to another menu, oh, hang on, you've backed out, oh, now you've got to wait again. And then all of a sudden, if you go in and look at the tables and the likes, well, holy shit, fight, it is all over. Next thing you know, you're disconnected from the EA servers and everything just goes to shit. I mean, surely in, what, 20 installments of FIFA where they've had this kind of competition, they could have sorted out these kind of bugs. I mean, it just doesn't feel right in a game that should be this polished after such a long time. Okay, so that's our continual countdown of our top 50 ideas for FIFA 18 that I want to see change in career mode. That was 40 to 31. You may be wondering where the big ideas are, the big hitting, what have you come up with, Sparring DK? Well, I can tell you they are coming. The next couple of videos, we've still got 30 ideas left to bring to you, and I can tell you some of those are definitely worth waiting for. But thanks very much for tuning into this one. Leave some comments down below on your ideas for FIFA career mode, and we'll see you in the next installment of the top 50 ideas and changes for FIFA 18 career mode. Thanks very much for your time. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.